Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, this is a different type of video that you've seen in this channel. So this video is in collaboration with my friend Miriam. So she'll be telling us about her experiences in China, while I also tell you about my experience and tips that you should follow when coming to study in Poland or any country that doesn't speak English. So let's get right into it.
So, Chinese people have a lot of amazing, delicious, yummy food. Honestly speaking, I've eaten quite a number of Chinese food and it's so delicious. Chinese people eat a lot of things. So let me tell you guys this. As a foreigner, when you come to China, you have to be very, very careful with what you eat because these guys eat a lot of things. So you need to ask. So we have a Chinese app called Baidu, and there are other Chinese apps as well whereby you can translate the Chinese writing into English or your country's language, whatever language you speak. There's an app whereby you can translate. So try and translate it so you will know what you are being given to avoid you from eating something you don't eat. So you have to be very careful about that. I would say Chinese people love spicy food. So China has a lot of spicy food. So if you're someone that loves spicy food, China is a place for you to get your yummy spicy food which you love to eat. So Chinese people have varieties of food. Honestly speaking, different cities in China have different types of food as well. So there's some food you might get, example, in Beijing, you might not find it in Hangzhou, you might not find it in Shanghai, and there's specific food whereby you find in every city you go to in China. So, but above all, China has amazing, delicious food. Yes. Favorite Chinese food is Chinese hot pot. Basically, how this hot pot is like you put varieties of things, vegetables, meats, just varieties of things you put there, and it's so yummy. Yes, it's so good. I've eaten that a lot of times, and other Chinese food as well. Now I'll be talking about races. Yes, there are some Chinese people who are racist, and there are some Chinese people who are not racist. There are some Chinese people who love black people. Yes, of course, because I have Chinese friends who love me regardless of my skin, my complexion. They love me for who I am. And yes, I face some racism here in China. This is when you enter a subway and let's say there is a space, you find out those Chinese people don't want to sit close to you. Why? Because you're a black person. Like, it doesn't make sense. So they rather stand than to sit close to you, which is not good. Maybe even when you want to cross the road, you find out some cars don't want to stop for you to cross the road because, yes, of course, you're a black skinned person. But honestly speaking, Chinese people who are not racist, when they love you as a black person, they love you like genuinely. Honestly, because I have Chinese people who are my friends and they love me and they have been so good to me over these years here in China, and being around them made me know that not every Chinese person is a racist. There are quite a lot of Chinese people who are not racist. Yes, there are. Schooling in China. Honestly speaking, I would say if you're coming to China to school, you need to know that when you come to China, you have to learn how to speak Chinese because you can't live in China without speaking Chinese. If your Chinese is not good, I bet you it's going to be a serious problem, because these Chinese people want to interact with you, they want to discuss with you, they just want to know more about you. And most Chinese people cannot speak English, just know that. And even the ones that can speak English, they can't really speak a lot. Not all Chinese people who speak English can speak a lot of English. Some of them speak, but there's some words which they do not know in English. So just know that you have to learn how to speak Chinese in order to survive here in China, because you need to go to the mall to get things, you need to go to the shop, to the supermarket, you need to just walk around, and there's certain things you need, and if you're not able to interact with these people, you'll find it so difficult to interact with them because your Chinese is bad. Like, if it's bad, it's going to be a serious problem. So if you're coming to China, just make up your mind that you will learn Chinese, you will learn how to speak Chinese, and that will be okay for you. When you learn how to speak it, you will move smoothly here in China. Yes, of course, that is one advice I will give you. First of all, just read your books even ahead of your teachers if you're coming here to school, so that you will cover most of the things before your teacher comes to class to teach you, and you'll be able to follow up your teacher when he's teaching or when she's teaching, and you will know what she is actually talking about. Yes, that will really help you. And also, going back home to study, going back to your dormitory, study, revise, and listen to YouTube videos, go through your PPTs, just study your books. That will also help you real good. So also know that coming here to school, you need to also take Chinese courses, meaning you need to write Chinese exams. Yes, you need to make sure your Chinese writing is good, because you'll be writing in Chinese for your Chinese exams. And you also make sure you listen well. When you're doing your Chinese exams, you will do the listening part, the speaking, and the writing part of the exam. So you need to learn all those things. Yes, it's not easy. Honestly, I would not say it's easy learning Chinese. Chinese is a very difficult language. The writing, the speaking, the listening. But when you put your mind, you focus, and definitely you'll be able to speak it. In 2 to 3 months, you'll be able to grab most of the Chinese words. That's if you put your mind to study Chinese, honestly. But if you don't, I bet you even 3 years you will not be able to speak Chinese. You will still be looking for words to help you create a sentence, honestly. So, but Chinese is a wonderful language. I love hearing Chinese. I love when people speak Chinese, and honestly, if you come to China, you will love to speak Chinese. It's a very beautiful language. It's good. And now I'm talking about how do I feel like coming here, schooling, missing home. Yes, I miss home. I've been here for 4 years, and I hope to be home very soon. It's not easy being away from your family. Yes, of course, it's not easy. You miss home. It's normal staying away from home. You would definitely miss your parents, your friends, your siblings. You would definitely miss them, because it's not easy being away from your family. Family is everything. Family is everything. Yes, it is.
So some tips that I'll give you if you are studying in a country that doesn't speak English or the language that you are comfortable with. The first thing I will advise you to do, especially if you're studying medicine or any professional course, is to learn the language. Trust me, this is very important. Learn the language. It will open ways for you and different doors for you. So if you learn the language, everything falls in place. Because the people will also be happy to dialogue with you and interact with you if they know that you can speak their language, which is also cool. And you tend to make more friends and know things that normally you won't know if you just speak your normal English language or whatever language you're speaking. So it's key to learn the language. Trust me on that. Another tip is try to go out. Obviously, I didn't do that as much when I was in my first year. So, like in my first year, I did that, but not really much, just a bit. But I guess I would say that I made a big mistake. So I would advise you to go out and meet people. Just try to meet new friends because they'll be able to help you with different things. For example, you are trying to look for a job, a student job, for example, because you won't know what to do by yourself. But if you have other people like maybe the native of the land, they'll be able to put you through, tell you what to do and the best jobs to do. And because obviously you can find different types of job, but which one will you be comfortable with? So those guys will put you through. And also try to make friends with people in the upper year because obviously they've been through all these things, and to them, like, they're already used to it, so they'll be able to walk you through everything and make your life easy and easier.
So now I'll also be telling you guys about the apps here in China. So here in China, if you have your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube, you cannot use those apps without a VPN. You need a VPN in order to get access to your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook, your WhatsApp. You need a VPN. If you're using the Chinese app such as WeChat, Douyin, Baidu, Playco, Youku, all these Chinese apps, you don't need a VPN. For Chinese apps, honestly, it's just for you to use it without a VPN. But any other app, you have to download a VPN in order to translate. So when you want to move around, you also need your map to help you to move around here in China, because you can't just be asking people where is this place. No, you actually need your map in order for you to move around. Yes. So also when you want to move around, is that you take a cab, you have to download your Didi app. You make sure you use that to call a taxi for yourself, or you use the subway, you take the bus, you use a bicycle. That is if you can ride a bicycle and where you're going to is not really far, so you can take a bicycle as well. So above all, I would say China is a very beautiful country. It's a place you can actually stay. It's somewhere that people are very welcoming. Yes, Chinese people are very welcoming. When you meet nice Chinese people, they're actually very welcoming. And for those who wish to come, this video honestly will really help you. For me, I studied nursing, and being a medical student is not easy. You need to study. You need to get a lot of books. You need to go through your PPTs all the times. You need to read ahead of your teachers to know a lot of things, so that when your teacher is teaching, you will not just be confused in class, like, what is this saying? So I would advise that if you're coming here to school, just make sure you read your books even ahead of your teachers.
So thank you for watching this video. You can go subscribe to my friend's page, Miriam. I'll keep the link to her channel there. You should subscribe to her and also subscribe to me. So have a nice day. Enjoy yourself. Peace out.